Welcome to Nurse 487, Social Justice in Healthcare. This course is about more than just understanding healthcare systems. It's about examining how equity, advocacy, and policy intersect to shape health outcomes. Throughout the semester, we'll explore the ways that social justice principles can guide our practice, influence policy, and empower us to advocate for patients and communities. My role is to help you connect theory to practice so that by the end of this course, you'll not only understand the barriers to equity, but also be equipped with strategies to create meaningful change as future healthcare leaders. Okay, so I'm excited to get started with everyone. Let's start with the course overview. So this is a fully online 16-week asynchronous course, meaning there are no weekly live sessions, but you'll have structured modules and assignments due each week to keep you on track. This calendar can be found in numerous places, including on the homepage on Canvas and in your syllabus, as well as the pages on the modules within labeled course calendar. Okay, so now let's go over expectations and time commitment. This is a 3-credit course, so plan for around 6 hours a week per week. Some weeks may require more time, while others less. Staying organized and checking with Web Campus regularly will help you keep pace. And now let's go over assignment points. Here's how your grade will be calculated for Nurse 487. You'll start with the introduction discussion, which is just 5 points or 1% of your grade. But it's a chance for us to get to know one another. The biggest portion of your grade comes from strategy development assignments. These are worth 150 points or 24% and will build into the larger advocacy plan. Discussions make up another big piece, 125 points or 21%. These weekly conversations are important because they help you engage with material and with each other. You'll also complete certificates of completion tied to outside learning modules, which count for 75 points or 12%. There are quizzes worth 60 points or 10% to reinforce key concepts along the way. Your social justice advocacy plan paper is worth 100 points or 16%. This is where you pull together the foundation of your project. Finally, you'll wrap up the semester with your social justice advocacy plan presentation, also worth 100 points or 16%. Altogether, these assignments balance smaller ongoing work with larger projects so you stay engaged throughout the semester while also working towards your final advocacy plan. Okay, now for discussion posts. So discussion posts, we have your initial post is due Thursdays by midnight, and responses to classmates are due on Sunday by midnight as well. Canvas only lets us show one due date, so that due date is the Thursday date, so you'll need to remember that Sunday deadline as well. I do have posted announcements to remind you all for each one as well. Late work policy. Late work policy is for every 24-hour period past the due date, you will get a 10% reduction in your grade for the assignment. Exceptions are extremely rare and only made for very extreme circumstances with documentation. So sending me a note that you were in the ER on the day that it was due is not going to be sufficient, considering you have at least 2 weeks of heads up of each assignment when it's due. So please don't wait until the last minute. Moving right along to academic dishonesty. All work should be your own. Always paraphrase, cite your sources, and avoid overquoting. There are no assignments in this course that generative AI tools are allowed. Using AI is considered cheating, and the sanctions given are based off of the university policy all the way up to failing the course or even out of the program. So please, just use your own work. Moving right along to strategy development assignments. One of the major components of this course will be your strategy development assignments. These aren't just standalone tasks. They're designed to build on one another and form the foundation of your social justice advocacy plan. You'll complete strategies at 3 levels of influence: the individual level, where you focus on patients or providers; the policy level, where you look at organizational, local, or state change; and the community level, where you design programs or outreach for a larger population. When we put all of these pieces together, you'll have a multi-level plan that shows how advocacy can advance health equity from different angles. This way, by the end of the course, you'll have something practical and comprehensive that could realistically be put into action. Okay, now the Social Justice Advocacy Plan. This paper is the heart of the course. It's the starting point that everything else builds on. You'll choose your equity issue, describe the population it impacts, and back it up with evidence. That becomes your blueprint. The strategy development assignments throughout the semester are designed to expand on this paper, taking your issue and applying it at the individual, policy, and community levels. Finally, your presentation at the end of the course will be about the same plan, showing how it all comes together. So think of this paper as your foundation. Once you get it solid, the rest of the course builds naturally around it. And last, but certainly not least, the communication and support. If you have any questions, reach out early. You can email me or set up a Zoom appointment. Check Web Campus often for announcements and feedback. Remember, you're not alone in this course. Use the resources available to you, including tutoring, writing support, and counseling services. I don't know that you have a problem unless you tell me. So reach out early and often. So that's an overview of our course and how it's structured. The main takeaways is that everything we do this semester is designed to build towards your social justice advocacy plan. You'll start with the foundation paper, strengthening it with strategy development assignments, and then bring it all together in your final presentation. Along the way, there'll be discussions, quizzes, and certificates of completion will keep you engaged and reinforce key concepts. My goal is to support you in making meaningful connections between social justice principles and healthcare practice. By the end of this course, you'll have not just knowledge, but a practical advocacy plan that could realistically make an impact in the real world. I'm excited to work with you, and I encourage you to stay engaged, ask questions, and bring your passion for equity into our classroom discussions and assignments.